What's going on, guys? So I got my 73 Dodge here, and I got these new sweet door handles from Vans, and they don't come with any hardware, but my old ones were all stripped out, and you can see how Dodge, I don't know why they do this, but they just expect you to just put a screw right into the sheet metal. I could use an actual sheet metal screw. Mine are all stretched out, so you can see it fits in that one slightly, but not this one. I could drill them out and probably put something really huge in there, but these ones fit nice in the handle itself. So what I've come up with for a more proper way of doing this is I get a jack nut. So what this is basically, it's kind of like a molly for a wall. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drill the hole bigger, and I put this in, and then I'm going to go ahead and tighten it down. It'll compress this down against the metal and pull it tight, and then that way it's a threaded insert in there. Okay, so you can see my panel back on, and you can see those jack nuts in there. Pretty awesome. The one thing about them is, because the metal, there's one of them, because the metal's so thin, you're gonna have to, once you push it through the hole you've made, you're gonna have to pinch it with a pair of pliers, reach your hand up inside the, the door, and then hold it with a pair of pliers here while you insert the screw, so that way the screw will shrink this tight against the metal. But like I said, you got to use some pliers on it, and I'll show you that here on the other side real quick. But once that's tight, then that's not going anywhere. Then you can back the screw out, and then you just use it like a normal threaded screw hole. All right, guys, so when you do your jack nuts on these things, here's what I learned. So these plates from Vans are a little oversized. You'll see if I flush it up with the top here and make it smooth, it sticks out about a quarter from the bottom. So in order to center it, you got to bring it up. Well, if you center it, the hole looks like it's right, but it's not really. So you can see how it's kind of up and to the right, and this one's up. What you're gonna want to do, actually, because over here, let me show you guys. Over here on this one, I just put it right where they were at, and you can see they're both up and to the right. Well, when this plate gets screwed on, it is like way up here, and so it's kind of sitting like this, and then way up here like this. I wish they would have made this base like a quarter-inch smaller on the diameter. It'd be so much nicer, but they didn't. So what I'm getting at is, when you put these jack nuts in, just try and make sure you bring it closer to the bottom. You're gonna want that screw hole more centered, or even closer to the bottom, so that way that plate edge doesn't stick up so high over the top. Because right now mine's, I said, like quarter-inch over. It's set like that. All right, there you go. You can see I have my holes perfectly centered inside the door panel hole, so that should help out a ton, unlike my other ones. Definitely a lesson learned on that. So in order to fix the other one, I think what I'm going to do is pull the door panel again. I'm going to have to grind off those jack nuts, unfortunately, or cut them off from the inside. And then I'll have to offset the hole, probably put a washer behind that jack nut, possibly one on the front, and then go ahead and re-tighten it down. I think that's about the only way I can fix that. Can't really grind on this, there's not much movement on these. And then otherwise I just live with it. I could go ahead and re-weld it up and then take and trying to get a little fly or something out of here. Anyways, grind it up and then re-drill it out. There's always that option too. Okay, and you can see I got the jack nut in here with the screw, and this is what I'm talking about. It just turns on the inside, so you got to pinch that with some pliers. Once you do, that'll tighten that down and flatten it out. And you can see how much more centered those ones are. Alright guys, and that's it. The new Vans handles are on. As you can see, it still sticks up quite a ways. It looks great on the bottom. It's unfortunate I couldn't get it to, you know, the top to the bottom or whatever you want to call it. So this would have been smooth up here, but it sticks out on this end a little bit too. It's just how they're made, unfortunately. Like I said, they really should have shortened up the base about a 1/4 inch, and probably about a 1/4 inch this direction too. But all in all, I'm happy with it. I mean, I didn't have a handle there, so it looks great to me. And if for some reason, like I said, these are not in the right spot, the easiest way to get these things out is just take your screw to the inside, thread it in, and then just wiggle it around back and forth, and it'll bust off the little washer on the outside.